The Bill Belichick, Jordon Hudson drama continues to make waves, but the key now, you got to keep it out of the locker room.
This is Tyler Hansbrough, and you're listening to Locked On Tar Heels.
You are Locked On Tar Heels, your daily podcast on the UNC Tar Heels. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hey there, what's up? It's Wednesday, May 14th, 2025. Welcome into this live edition of the Locked On Tar Heels podcast, the only daily North Carolina show out there. I'm your host, Isaac Schade, and you're joining me at the place to get your Tar Heels content every single day. It's all part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Thanks so much for making us your first listener watch to get your Wednesday going the right way. Special shout out to all you everydayers out there, all the members of the Locked On Tar Heels Discord, and our great Locked On Tar Heels insiders. This episode is brought to you by FanDuel. Right now, new customers can get $200 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins. Joining me on the show today is our guy, Da'Norris Searcy, former Carolina and NFL safety. The dude is ready to go out and hit somebody today. I can feel it, stopping the run game, blowing up the pass, whatever it may be. Searcy is down in Atlanta right now as we speak. He's going to the Braves game tonight to cheer on both for us. They just got to 500 last night, and we are elated. Let's go make it happen, boys. All right, guys, coming up on the show today, I want to mention that we also have another show today because Boogie Fland decided to pull out of the NBA draft yesterday. And just looking at, hey, should Carolina go after it or would it kind of be a mistake? Make sure you check that out as well. But coming up on this show, we're going to talk about this ongoing saga of Bill Belichick and Jordon Hudson and all of the drama that it brings, but not really from that angle. More about like, how do you as a player, Da'Norris Searcy, work at keeping that out of the locker room? We're going to look at that. We're going to talk about the UDFAs, the undrafted free agents out of North Carolina. Where did they land? How hard is that path? And who might find a landing spot? And then finally, we had the kick time announced yesterday for Carolina's opening game, standalone game on Labor Day in the lights. It's going to be brilliant and beautiful. And I want to ask Searcy why that's so important for the brand of Carolina football. So, Searcy, let's get going into this thing right out of the gate. Unfortunately, there's been just all this drama with Coach Belichick and his girlfriend. I hate that, and it's frustrating, but that's what the national media is doing. But my question for you, I want to look at it from the player's angle. So as a player, how on earth do you go about keeping that noise out of the locker room and focusing on football?
Well, me, I just you gotta know it related. It's not related to you as a player. For one, like that's something personal that coach is dealing with, and then you gotta understand. You gotta understand the reason why you're here. I mean, like I know it sucks. I'll be sitting there like, "Dad, coach, like I hate this happening to you," but at the end of the day, I'm here to make my opportunity better. I'm here to take advantage of every chance I get. So that would be my main focus. They're focusing on my why and why I chose to come to UNC. So. I came here to play football. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna play ball and go to class. That's the whole thing gonna be on my mind. And I think the guys need to understand that as well. Like, let Belichick deal with his own personal things off the field, and we control what we control on the field.
Is that something that ever gets addressed, like in the locker room? Like, hey guys, I know this thing's going on, but like as you said, I'm gonna handle that. I'm gonna take care of that. We're just gonna focus on what we're doing. Or do you just ignore it? But how do you ignore it? Because it's the pink elephant in the corner of the room.
The older guys on the team has to come together with the rest of the team and just say, hey, no matter what coach is dealing with, that's non-football related. So we have nothing to do with that. What we can control is when we come in this building, we study film and we go to practice. We can control that aspect of it, and we can go out there and still perform and do great things. Because, like I said, that's a distraction. That distraction doesn't particularly pertains to the team. Now it's going to get brought up around the team because it involves your head coach,
right?
But all players, honestly, all they got to do is ask. Like, that's Coach Belichick's personal issues or personal things that he has to get under control. So that's something that we can't control. So we just got to focus on football.
I'm curious if you, like, either during your time at Carolina or your time in the NFL, did you ever deal with like a big picture off the field distraction, whether in your personal life or maybe a teammates or a coach or anything like that?
Yeah, and everybody remember the infamous NCAA investigation that came through Carolina. Like, so that dealt with not only myself and my personal life, but a lot of my other teammates, because there was a certain level of uncertainty whether we was going to get to continue to play football, whether they was going to kick us out of school, whether they was going to suspend us for a season. We didn't know. And on top of that, we still had to go to class. We still had to go to practice. And I know the first 4 weeks of the season, the reason I say 4 weeks, because we had a bye week after the first game of the season. So first 4 weeks of the season, I wasn't doing nothing but going to class and going to practice. And come game day, when the team was loading up to go travel or go to the hotel, I was going back to my apartment. So it sucked. It was an unfortunate distraction. I'm glad it got resolved for myself and some of my teammates. I hated what happened to a lot of my other teammates, but we still was able to be resilient, and we still able to finish the season strong, finish the season with a bold win. So I feel we bounced back from it. Was that 8-5 a year?
Yeah.
Probably could have been more with the limit, without the distractions and everybody getting a chance to play. But hey, we never know. But that's the main thing. Once I was clear to play, I was able to put everything behind me and just focus on football and just enjoy my last year. And that's what I did.
You mentioned the wins and losses, Searcy, and I think that's a factor in this as well, because it seems to me, let's say Carolina has a great year and gets to 8, 9, 10 wins. The Jordon Hudson thing is going to be like, all right, fine, whatever. But if the Tar Heels struggle this year and get, it's a 3-win season, I feel like it's going to be like, okay, you see this distraction, it caused a big issue, right? Like, it's so how do you, what about that side of it?
That's when, like I said, the players got to be able to be like, we gotta focus on the stuff we can control, and that's the on the field things. So and of course, winning will eliminate everything anyway. So especially if you're able to win in spite of your circumstances, you're still able to win and get the job done. It fixes everything. But again, it relates back to like controlling what you can control. None of those players have to deal with Jordan. You know what I'm saying? So that's only Coach Belichick, maybe somebody else in the front office, maybe the athletic director have to step in, but that doesn't pertain to what we have to do on the field. And the guys understand that and focus on the goal is to win, and the goal is to do good, have a chance, opportunity at that next level. Then they have to be able to compartmentalize that and put that out their mind and just strictly play football, because camp will be coming up soon. So you can't be lingering all summer and leading up into to camp, because then that could also be a detriment to the team.
I jokingly, but kind of seriously, I did think of one other coach it would affect is Steve Belichick, the defensive coordinator, because that could be his stepmom. So that
she's younger than him. Lord have mercy. Your stepmom is younger than you.
Dude,
that's insane.
I cannot fathom. What a wild world that would be. All right. Well, I don't know if they're ever going to. All right, look, sirs, let's go back to the draft. Omarion Hampton was the only Tar Heel drafted this year, but plenty of other Tar Heels have signed as undrafted free agents, including Kamen Rucker yesterday signing with the Ravens. Right. We want to talk about how hard it is this path to make a roster as an undrafted free agent. We're going to have that conversation in just a second. Right after I tell you about our good friends at FanDuel, the NBA playoffs are in full swing, and every night delivers highlight-worthy performances, major momentum shifts, and can't-miss moments. Whether it's a game-winning shot or a breakout player, there's never been a better time than right now to get in on the action. FanDuel makes it so easy to stay in the game. You can do it before tip-off, but if you're rushed, you're trying to get home from work and you can't get a pick in or something, no worries. You can do it live as well. With player props, performance trends, and same-game parlays, fans have more ways than ever to play smart and win big. How about tonight's 2 NBA playoffs game? We got the Knicks at the Celtics. Celtics favored by 4.5. Searcy, Jason Tatum, man, that's tough. I hate it for him. Hopefully the Celtics will be able to rally the team and keep on trucking. Warriors at Timberwolves tonight. Timberwolves favored by 11.5 in that one. And if you're new to FanDuel, cool. Right now is the perfect time to sign up, because if you go to FanDuel.com, place your first $5 bet, and that bet wins, you're going to get $200 in bonus bets. So go ahead, make every moment more with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. All right, sir. So let's talk about these undrafted free agents. Let me list them off really quick just to make sure everyone knows. Starting with Kamen Rucker, who literally yesterday signed with the Ravens. Hopefully he'll have some crab cakes for us next time we talk to him. But we got Elijah Huzzy with the Texans, Willie Lampkin with the Rams, Power Echols with the Bears, and then a whole slew of pass catchers. John Copenhaver and J.J. Jones, both with the Jaguars. Bryson Nesbitt with the Vikings. Nate McCollum with the Giants. And then we get off the pass catchers, but Javari Ritzy with the Patriots, Des Evans with the Titans, and then Barlow has been invited to Colts camp, Kevin Hester to both Chiefs and Falcons camp. That's a lot of hitting. All right, Serge. It's always a laundry list of guys that sign as UDFAs somewhere. We were talking about this, and you said, man, I'd love to talk about just how insanely hard this path is. So, dude, what is it? How hard is this path as an undrafted free agent?
Because that's out of 10, man. You're kind of being invited in for a camp body, unless you're out there proving every day. You gotta make a play every day. You gotta make a play every day when you're a veteran, but especially outside undrafted free agent, you definitely gotta stand out. It can't be no let off. You can't have no bad days, because you're already close to the chopping block. Last year we had two undrafted guys make the roster. What's my guy's name with Omarion Gainer with the Raiders? He made a roster, and also British Brooks made a roster with the Texans, and they both went undrafted. So it's very possible. Yeah, it's very possible. But they'll be able to tell you like the limited mistakes that you have as an undrafted guy, because they don't have that much money invested in you, so it's easy to replace you. You have to be on. You have to be spot on. You got to be willing to play special teams, willing to be a scout team player. You got to do the gritty work and keep climbing that ladder. But it's very doable. But it shows that 1% life. It's no joke, man. If you want to be a professional athlete, be a part of that 1%, you gonna have it's gut wrenching, man. Like, I was fortunate enough to do it for as long as I did, but it's definitely grind. I wish all those guys the best, because you never know, what can happen. Especially make sure they all put good things on tape, because even if they get released by the team that they initially signed to, they may get picked up by another team that needs them. So you're not only interviewing for this team, you're interviewing for all 32 teams, because all 32 teams gonna get the tapes at the end of preseason and whatnot. So you gotta be able to stand out and make your mark. And I believe all of them gonna have their chance. All of them are good enough, otherwise they wouldn't have been signed. So they have opportunity. I'm still shocked that Elijah Huzzy didn't get drafted. I thought for sure he was a late round pick, but
I wonder if it's his injury. I wonder if that's what stopped, because he's been banged up.
Yeah, probably so. His durability was probably a question, but he performed. He performed at East West Shrine, performed at the Combine. Like, I mean, I don't know what it is, man. But so it probably was that. His durability was probably a concern, but he definitely has a chance to stand out and make the team. He's one of those technician corners, like the one they have already on their rosters, Stingley. So you can play Huzzy in the slot. So I believe he's gonna make the most of his playing nickel, because he's gritty. He don't mind coming up and hitting. He just got to his durability got to get better. So he got to get in the weight room some more, man. He got to be able to stay on the field.
And he's already proved that he can, starting at ETSU, coming up to the ACC level, like he's shown that ascendancy, and he can do it.
Absolutely.
I was also surprised. I really thought I thought it was going to be late, but I thought Willie Lampkin might get picked up near the end of the 7th round. In fact, I was on the Locked On Chargers podcast yesterday I was recording with those guys about Omarion, and they were saying like they were really hoping they were going to pick Willie Lampkin. I think they had the next to last pick, the pick right before Mr. Irrelevant, and they're like, dang, man, we love Willie Lampkin's tape. So it's cool. Like other people are seeing how good some of these guys are, man. It's pretty neat.
I think Willie is his height because he's 5'11". Man, if Willie was 6'1" and up, Willie would probably be the first round because he's that gritty. He was at the Senior Bowl dominant. He was at the Senior Bowl dominating bigger guys in one-on-one drills.
Yeah,
he's 5'11". I saw, man, that's what I'm saying. He's 5'11". I saw him take a 6'3" guy, almost 295, and throw him in the ground. Like that clip is on the Senior Bowl highlight tape. Like so like, man, if he
what is an offensive lineman on the highlight reel? You know, like come on.
Exactly. If he wasn't 5'11", Willie would have for sure won in the first 2 rounds. There's no doubt in my mind. There's no doubt in my mind.
Because he graded out, if I remember correctly, if not the best guard in the country, one of the best. Like
he was best guard in the conference. He was an All-American.
It's insane, dude. I love it. Okay. So, Searcy, I want to ask you about these guys a little more, but I also want to ask you about the relationship, like at camp, between undrafted free agents and like vets and maybe guys that were drafted, maybe rookies, but they were drafted. Like, is it kind of a brotherhood, or is it more of a like, hey, you're an undrafted free agent, you're probably not going to be around very long, so I'm not paying you much? Like, what is that dynamic like?
It depends, because I know some guys don't talk to rookies until they make the team. Some guys is like that. Some of the older veterans they like, nah, the rookie don't say nothing to me until final roster. You make the team from final roster, then we can chat. But some guys are willing to help. You know what I'm saying? Willing to help, willing to bring them along, help them as much as you can. You can kind of know they back against the wall. So you want to excuse me. So you want to make sure they're good, make sure they know where they go, what they need. I know I for sure was a guy who always lent a hand to undrafted guys, especially the undrafted DBs. Just making sure because again, even if they don't make your team, you want them to be able to make it somewhere. Yeah, so even if they don't sign with you guys, you at least like down the line during the season, you'll see them on the roster with another team. So you want to make sure that they're good to go, make sure they can make plays and have an opportunity to make the league as well. But it depends on where you go. Yeah, because I mean, some guys, a lot of the veterans who don't talk to rookies, they are like that because they wasn't talked to as rookies. Like some of the guys say they thought that's how rookies are treated. You know what I'm saying? So, but I was fortunate to go to Buffalo. Not all the veterans talk to us, talk to the rookies in Buffalo, but for sure the veterans in your position group did. So I know about but my third year I was talking to everybody. So I really didn't. It really didn't register to me until like I think Kyle Williams. Kyle Williams was a veteran in Buffalo. He didn't start talking to me till my third year in the league because he's a fellow fourth rounder like me. So he was like, yeah, you had to prove yourself like I had to prove myself. So by my fourth year on the team with him, like he was real cool friends, man. Like, but I had to earn that. So it's like that depending on where you go.
Searcy, out of this list of guys, whether it's with the team they're signed with right now or somebody else, who strikes you as somebody that it's like, dude, I really think this guy's going to find a home in the NFL and he's going to, whether it's a year or a 10-year career, whatever it is. We talked about Lampkin and being undersized. You talked about Elijah Huzzy being a dude that can do it. We mentioned Kamen Rucker, just signed yesterday with the Ravens, another kind of undersized player, right? Who's been overlooked in a lot of ways. And then this whole other list, you got all the pass catchers, right? Like for a long time, Bryson Nesbitt was talked about as maybe the most NFL prototypical tight end, right? Like, so out of this group, who really stands out to you?
As far as like pass catchers, I would say if Bryson Nesbitt can find a way to be consistent, because he's a matchup nightmare against smaller safeties and linebackers. So he would be good. He'd be good, especially in today's game where the amount of time they throw the damn ball. So he would be good. Des Evans, if he can be consistent, because the league is always looking for pass rushers. Like, so you got to find somebody to get to the quarterback. And
he does have the size.
he's shown flashes where he can be dominant as he wants to, but he got to be more consistent. Like you can't turn it on and off. You got to turn it on to keep it on. So
is that what it is with him? You think it's like will and want to with him?
Right, because you see him some plays he would dominate the guy across from him, and then some plays it's like how's this guy blocking him like you just whooped this man like 2 plays ago, like he's no match, like stop giving him confidence, like continue to dominate him the whole game. Like you just got to be able to you just got to be able to keep that mindset, man. But they all have opportunity, but I for sure believe with Bryson and even Cooper Haver, because Cooper Haver, his willingness to play special teams, and he'll hit you. So he's Swiss Army knife, man. He's another pass catcher who can help a team out. Like so, they I'm looking forward to seeing what those 3 do these coming camps, because I think they're going into OTAs now and then mini camp, and then they got a break before training camp.
It's all coming, man. I know it's only mid-May, folks, but it'll be August, September before you know it. Speaking of which, Carolina yesterday announced the kick time for their season opener against TCU on Labor Day. It's going to be a primetime game. We're going to talk about how important this is and how hyped you get as a player for a standalone game like this. We'll do that in just a second. All right, sirs. I remember back to Mac Brown era 2.0. It started off with a non-con game against South Carolina, Sam Howell's debut. Carolina wins that game, and it's like, oh, maybe we got something here right out of the gate. And we're in a similar situation as we look ahead to the first game of the Bill Belichick era. I just still can't get that through my head that Bill Belichick is the coach of the North Carolina Tar Heels. It blows my mind.
Right.
But yesterday, it was announced this game is going to kick off at 8 p.m. Eastern on Labor Day, September 1st this year, TCU and Carolina. And then the year after, obviously, is going to go across the pond and play it over in Ireland. Going to be great stuff. Can't wait for that. But, sirs, for a program that is known more as a basketball school, for a football program that's trying to cement itself and identify itself and say, hey, we're going to play with the big boys. We're going to invest in this thing. We're going to hire big-time coaches, go after big-time players. How important is a standalone primetime game on opening weekend to help start that progression?
Man, it's very important. First off, it's a holiday weekend, and you got the long game that's on. So when everybody's sitting at the house eating barbecue and talking, playing cards, your game is going to be on TV. Everybody in America is going to be watching it. And I used to always get hyped for those, especially me being a kid out of state, going to school in North Carolina. Any primetime game, I took it as an opportunity for my friends and my family to see me on TV. For all the doubters who thought I wasn't gonna be there and be able to make it and perform on that grand stage, I wanted to put on for them. Like, so I just knew everybody was watching. I know they're not only watching me, but they're watching our whole team. It's a chance to show how good we are. Another thing in my mind is it's a good chance to show like NFL scouts that I'm good, because I'm pretty sure they're gonna be sitting at home with their families watching too, or they're gonna have people there scouting the game. So I just want to perform. You know what I'm saying? So knowing that all the focus is going to be on you or your teammates, hey man, I'm ready. And it's a home game, so you don't have to travel. They coming to you, absolutely. Like I'm sitting back, I'm relaxing. I'm daydreaming all week about the plays I'm gonna make at 8 o'clock that night on game time. So I definitely get hyped for those games.
Well, like. It's going to be such a spectacle, man, because there's been all this build up to the Bill Belichick of it all. There's been just so many things surrounding this thing that just make it like I don't even know, in a different way than Coach Prime at Colorado, but it's got some vibes of that, of like it's this big cultural phenomenon, and so I feel like when we look at the TV number, I feel like it's going to do a massive number. And it's against TCU, who was in the national championship game just a couple years ago. How, you were talking about how you as a player get so amped for a moment like this. How do you stop, though, from getting like too hyped where you blow all your energy with 10 minutes to go in the first quarter still.
You gotta take it one play at a time. Take one play at a time. Lean on your teammates. Like, keep yourself calm. Just know it's early in the game. It's the first game of the season, so there's gonna be plenty of hype, plenty of excitement. You just gotta ride the wave of emotions throughout the game, man. That's all it is. Like you said, everybody want to see what Belichick's gonna do. You're gonna have some alumni back for that first game. Heck, I'm trying to be there for the first game. So
because we won't have NFL games yet, right?
Nah, we won't. Not yet. I think the NFL games start like later on that week. But
that's right. Week one is that Thursday.
Right.
Cowboys Eagles, man. We got an
Cowboys,
NFC East matchup. That's exciting.
Ooh, they want to rub it in Dallas face. So that's why they definitely scheduled Dallas face. that division rivalry, man. But for sure, you gotta be able to ride the wave of emotions throughout the game. It's gonna be tense. It's gonna be amped. Crowd's gonna be into it. Both crowds gonna be into it. I just can't wait to see. I'm hyped like everybody else. I want to see what I'm anticipating what the team's gonna do this year as well. So I can't wait. Whether good or bad, I'm riding with my Tar Heels. I'll argue with anybody. I don't care.
Well, and I think that's the thing that everyone has to keep in mind, right? Like, yes, you can in the portal era, in the NIL era, you can flip a team pretty quick. But man, when it's a wholesale change like this, like in basketball, for example, if you flip 2 or 3 guys, you're probably in good shape. With football, man, it's a whole different animal because there's such a deep roster. And so you mentioned those expectations, Searcy. Like what? And I know we're going to talk about this a lot more this summer in the lead up and once we get into the fall. But like as we sit here and look at it now, I know there's been so many guys that have entered the transfer portal and left, but man, there's been a big influx too. And I think with all the Jordon Hudson drama that we talked about off the top, people aren't paying enough attention to just what a good transfer portal haul this team has brought in. Right. So that said, what are some realistic expectations?
I believe like we don't beefed up the defensive line, the offensive line. So I think everybody builds their front four and front seven up against each other. They go through the portal because there's so many big guys in the portal. Like you can find receivers and people to throw the ball to all day, but you gotta find that experience on the front line, whether it's offensive line or defensive line. So that's definitely what I've been seeing Carolina do. So I mean it's looking good. Because we definitely need depth. It shows sometimes during the season when we had certain guys out, we didn't have enough depth behind the reload to keep the same like momentum. So we definitely improved there. I believe we improved with the offensive line. No matter who we have at quarterback, and we can't protect them, he's not gonna be able to get the job done. So
that's right.
I believe it's gonna be a good turnaround. As long as they can buy in to what Bill Belichick is and his staff is teaching them and giving them, I believe if they trust the process, I believe we'll have a successful season.
Okay. It's going to be here before we know it, you guys. We're going to go to the beach a couple times, have some drinks, have some good food, and then it's going to be September 1st and go time. So buckle up. Right. We're going to get there before you know it. Searcy, great show, man. Thanks for all your great insights, especially, just all these things of how players handle all of this stuff, man. Really grateful for that. Please chop hard tonight. I need the Braves to keep rolling against the Nationals, and we got to get the offense out of the slump that they're in. Folks, if you haven't subscribed to Locked On Tar Heels on YouTube and audio, do that right now so you don't miss a second of the show all summer long coming at you. Yes, even in the off season, we got to keep it going for you. If you've not joined the Locked On Tar Heels Discord, we'd love to see you there as well. That link is in the show notes, always free to join. And if you want to become even a deeper and more intimate part of the show, man, join the Locked On Tar Heels Insider program where you get one-on-one connection with me. You get access to all of my stats, my charts, data, record books, all of that great stuff. It's a great way to help support the show as well. It's always a great day to be a Tar Heel. It's been great to be together this morning live. Thanks so much for joining us. Searcy, my man, you know what it is. Tell them.
As always, man. Peace. We out.